In this video, we are going to be analysing metamaterials, ticker MMAT, and if you want your own stock analysed, vote in the comments and we'll get around to analysing it when we can. But right now, we're sitting down about 4% on the day. Again, the actual overall day isn't too important, but it's more what are the key levels that we can be paying attention to on metamaterials, what are those key support and resistances. So the first thing I want to point out, if you can judge trend or not, again, usually it's quite easy when you look at a chart of MMAT, you can see over the past year, obviously, and the 6 month, it has been in a strong downtrend. Even though, yes, you have had these small rips, the overall trend is a good, strong downtrend. So deviation can instantly help you with this as well. If you can't really judge direction, again, you see a few pops, you think, oh, does that mean it kind of breaks the trend? No, again, deviations are very clear at telling you what the direction is of a stock, and that's another reason why I like them, because maybe in a bit more of a choppy stock, it can still give you a clear direction. And as we can see, the 6 month and the 1 year charts are both pointing downwards, which again kind of just confirms to us it is a downtrend. So whenever you see a stock like this, really I'm going to be a lot more risk managed and kind of concerned when taking long bias trades in it. And what we can see on MMAT is, okay, it does have a support. It has a support, well, around 1 cent. So again, can't really use that as a support off a deviation basis. And again, the other support we have off deviations is 3 cents. So it's really just showing you how weak, basically, from a standard deviation standpoint, this stock is. If those are the closest deviations at 1 and 3 cents, doesn't really help us. And that's why instantly this is not a stock I would look to buy at all, because again, I can't find any good strong levels, at least not anywhere near where we are. And again, it is in a strong downtrend. So instantly, those would be the two support levels I would be paying attention to. But, you know, are we going to hit those? Probably not very far off. And even if we were pushing down to those, you'd probably see a reverse stock split before we even get there. So that's the first thing I'd be paying attention to. Then what I'd be paying attention to, and kind of the main thing I'd be paying attention to, is the resistances. In a strong downtrending stock, really, I only want to catch these short. So what we have is we have our statistical mean between 47 and 50 cents. So this is basically considered fair value on the stock between the past 6 months and a year. So we can see that is basically, the fair value is between 47 and 50 cents. We're much below that. So if you use maybe that outlook, you could see, but there is definitely potential for a bounce and an upward move. So maybe if you are buying at the lows, that would be your target. And really, if I was holding it long, I would never be holding it past 47 cents, because in a stock like this, where it is really weak overall, there is a lot of volatility, and really, once you come to there, it is a pure gamble. But even buying at these lows, a stock like this is a gamble. So that's the first thing I'll be paying attention to. If we break higher, and this is really when I'd actually be paying attention to the stock and potentially trading it myself, is if we can start coming into around the $1 mark. So 93 to 97 cents or 98 cents, that is our first deviation between the 6 month and the 1 year. Now, this is really where I want to see this stock move to, because this is where I would start trading it short bias. Again, if the overall yearly trend, the overall 6 month trend is downtrending, and we can get a relatively kind of pop move. Again, you've seen it on here. If you're looking at on the 1 year chart, pop, 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 kind of got that. And then that's where the balloon kind of finally did actually pop. And then we come for that really strong downtrend once again. And again, we've seen this happen on the stock before. We've seen this one happen on a number of stocks before. This, again, can be a number of things. It kind of be a hype move or a short squeeze. And in this case, could have been either, actually. I don't really know, but it's not really going to matter. If we do see something like that again, that's where the money is to be made. I trade the exact same game plan on GameStop, AMC, and Bed Bath & Beyond, and all made massive profits. And that's really just waiting for them to spike to these really unrealistic levels and just playing the overall trend, which is short bias. So if we pop up to those levels, again, looking to trade at short bias. If we break higher, paying attention to the 140s to the 145, again, looking to trade that short bias. And if we did break any higher, we do have kind of final resistances around 188 to around 192. So basically, what I'm looking at overall on this stock, and actually we'll take it onto a clean chart to make everything a bit easier to understand, is if we come to the downside, again, to me, even if it came down to these lows, there is no opportunity. Where we are now, to me, no opportunity. The only time I can start seeing some opportunity is once we start getting into this range. So once we kind of break up to the $47 level, what I'm really watching for is a break and a hold. Again, Not to say that is what's most likely going to happen, because probably it's not. It's a weak stock. But if it is able to break over this level, come back to test it as a support and bounce, then we do have a good chance of coming all the way to around 93 to 98 cents. Now, this is where my opportunity comes, and this is the only time I would be paying attention to metamaterials. Again, I'll just have an alert out here. If it comes here, there's an opportunity. If it doesn't come here, I'll just ignore the stock. But if it is able to come to this level, push all the way up to here, what I'm looking to do is wait for it to hit this range, trade it short bias, trade that pullback. Again, once we're up maybe 10 cents on that trade per share, looking to move our stop to break even, locking in a small bit of profit just in case we do get that parabolic move to the upside. We are somewhat protected. So if it does snap through, then obviously we'll be stopping out through this range here. Now though, if it does continue down, that's really where the home run traders come, because again, now we've limited our risk on that's pullback to around 85 cents. We've now limited our risk. We're not going to be losing money on that trade anymore. So really the main goal is now to hold as much as we can, look to play that overall downtrend, and look to play it all the way back to statistical mean, which will be around 50 cents. And again, I like that level as well because it's a key psychological level. And again, I would be looking for the same thing. If we end up popping through this level, that's just more opportunity up here. We're most likely not going to hold above those levels. So to me, that's just a short bias opportunity. Now, the reason as well I talk about trading this stock short bias is it does have options. On a stock like this or any of these volatile small cap stocks, if they don't have options, I'm not trading them, because usually these shorts are going to have to be swing trades, and I'm never trading a stock like this naked overnight. Too much risk. Again, they can move 50, 100% overnight, and again, then you don't really know what your risk is. So to me, I only trade it if I have options, because then again, obviously I can buy those calls, I can define that risk. But that's kind of what does make MMAT stand out. So if it does pop up to 93 again, that's when I'm paying attention to it, looking to trade that short bias. But that is my main breakdown on MMAT. Let me know if you've been trading it. If you want any other stock analyzed, again, throw it in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, why not drop a like and subscribe, and check out this video here.